From the Open Championship to Canada's National Open, the competition rolls on in the Great White North.
Welcome to PGA Tour Today, presented by MasterCard.
With just 4 weeks and 5 events remaining, the urgency to have a breakout week is paramount on the PGA Tour as players fight to get inside that top 125 in FedEx Cup standings, and other guys will be fighting for even better position than they're in now in the hopes of guaranteeing their best shot at the FedEx Cup. Many players made the trek from the Open Championship in England all the way to Canada to compete in the country's National Open, the RBC Canadian Open. The big headliner this week is the Big Easy, Ernie Els, who reclaimed the Claret Jug 10 years after winning the Open Championship in 2002. Els won in an untraditional manner as he birdied the 18th in the hopes of forcing a playoff, only to watch Adam Scott bogey his final 4 holes to give the World Golf Hall of Famer his 4th major championship title. Els tees off with the veteran grouping of 2012 Players Champion Matt Kuchar and 34-time champion Vijay Singh, who's coming off a top 10 finish at Royal Lytham in St. Anne's. They tee off at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Defending his title this week will be 4-time PGA Tour champion Sean O'Hair, who has to feel good about returning not only to Canada, but to Hamilton Golf and Country Club. O'Hair claimed victory in 2011 on the 3rd toughest course on the PGA Tour, Shaughnessy Golf and Country Club. And this year, the RBC Canadian Open will return to Hamilton Golf and Country Club for the first time since 2006, where O'Hair was also successful. He finished in solo 3rd and recorded 4 consecutive rounds in the 60s. That's the only time he's done that in 6 previous starts in Canada. O'Hair tees off at 1:20 p.m. Eastern Time with 2-time champion this season Hunter Mahan and 8-time PGA Tour winner and Canadian Mike Weir. It's a strong field this week with 12 players making starts that are already in the top 30 in FedEx Cup standings. So for who you should start this week on your fantasy team, let's check out Rob Bolton's picks. The most important player to have in your rotation this week is Hunter Mahan, who has carded 3 consecutive top 20 finishes in his last 3 starts. Matt Kuchar is also a guy you'll want to have in your starting lineup thanks to a top 10 finish at the Open Championship, his 7th top 10 of the season. Sitting in 3rd is Jim Furyk, the 2006 champion of this event when it was held at Hamilton. And don't forget to play Brandt Snedeker, who has 2 top 10 finishes and 3 starts at the RBC Canadian Open. And Scott Piercy. Your sleeper pick this week is Robert Garrigus. Now for more on the man that held the 36-hole lead at the Open Championship and told me on Tuesday that he likes his chances a lot in his caddy's home country, let's start off with Doug Bell and Tom Wormy of SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio.
Thanks, Amanda. We're here at beautiful Hamilton Golf Club for the Canadian Open. What a wonderful setting. This is going to be such a great week. And Doug Bell, I think one of the interesting questions coming off the heels of the British Open is going to be Brandt Snedeker. Played so well in the first 2 rounds, but certainly stumbled on the weekend.
Yeah, I agree. Sneds really had it going there, especially on Friday. And I followed him at Lytham. A couple of hiccups on the weekend, as you mentioned, but he's a guy who's healthy, comes here with a lot of confidence. His caddy is from Toronto, so it's a home game for Scott Vail. I think Brandt Snedeker is a guy to watch. He's healthy, too, no longer a rib injury. So Brandt could be one of the favorites here at the Canadian Open. Of course, the fans here are hoping for a Canadian to win. And you talked to Graham Dillette. He's pretty pumped up.
Yeah, he is a young, promising Canadian player. And I talked to him about this championship, and as you might imagine, he holds it in such high regard and high esteem. It's certainly one of his majors. But the one thing I asked him about was the pressure of playing in front of your countrymen. And what is that like? He said, it's going to be in my head a little bit, but I welcome that pressure. And I look forward to playing some great golf this week. Don't forget, SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio coverage, first round Thursday, noon Eastern. Amanda, let's go back to you.
Thanks, guys. You can catch our live Round 1 action beginning on Golf Channel from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern.
PGA Tour Today is presented by MasterCard, which invites you to play like a PGA Tour player at select TPC courses. MasterCard is a proud sponsor of the PGA Tour.